morning, you too. Let's see how we do. What's going on, Mike? I am in Indianapolis, Indiana. Let's see here. Breaking up, of course. Story of my life. Let's see here. Default. I wonder why. Turn this sucker off. Try that first. Let's see here. Do. Nope. Let's see. Do. Well, if it ain't, I don't know what to do. Man, this. Let's see. Welcome to the. Hey, Mike, when I did this, did you hear anything? Because I don't hear nothing on my side. I don't hear any. I don't hear anything. I'm just wondering if it works. Give me a one or whatever. Let's see. I hate that small screen. I'm trying to figure out how. Nope. 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 This is what I get for pressing buttons. Nope. 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 This is what I get for pressing freaking buttons. This is what I get for pressing buttons, bro. You think I would have learned by now, but I never learned. Trying to figure out what. No, that ain't it. Nope, 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 nope. That makes it worse. Nope. Let's see. Yeah, let's leave it alone. Oh man, let me get my coffee. Take my beetroot. Many of these are supposed to be taken. forgot how many of those I'm supposed to take it. And get my morning coffee going. What? Get you here. Hope I didn't do vertical or whatever. Save up my money and I'll figure it out one of these days, but until then, we ain't got no choice. Oh, I'm surprised because I was very worried last night when I pulled in here because it was raining hard, and they said it was going to drop down into the 20s, which it has, but it seems like something's in my teeth. It seems like all of the water is um not evaporated or it's all gone. I was thinking this whole parking lot was going to be black ice. I'm at a yard in Indianapolis, but actually Plainville, Indiana. So I'm in Miss T with the T territory, and what's the name? Um, what that Campus Creek? Oh yeah, I should talk. I keep on forgetting who I'm talking to here. You live in Blizzard country, and for you to go for you to go to the supermarket, you got to get the dogs out in the sleigh and the snow sled. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I mean, honestly, I'm from Long Island, New York, but I've just been in the South for so freaking long. I've been in the South for so freaking long. I done turned into a cold weather wuss, and I don't mind that either. You know what I'm saying? I don't. But I never said this before, Mike. But I was following. I was looking at one of those YouTube how to get more subscribers. And if you turn this on or off, I switched something on or off, and um, ever since then I've been dropping. My hours been dropping like flies, and I did that happened last year. Ever since then, my hours been dropping like flies. I don't know what. I wish I would have never did it. I would at least. I think I would at least made it past the 3,000 mark. Now, I mean, my hours just dropped like a brick, and I can't get it back. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. I'm gonna look when I get off today to see what maybe I might have did or whatever. Hey, how you doing? How's things going over there in Turkey? How's the Turkish life? How's the weather over there? Because isn't it with the when it's winter here, it'd be summer somewhere else or something like that. I know, like in Australia, um, I got a guy I follow. Um, I think I follow him on Facebook, but he does lawn in Australia, and it's yeah, he and it's summer down there. Um, I'm near the airport, so you guys can't hear the planes flying right over, flying right over my head. But yeah, that's where we at. I'm I wish I would have did some videos um when I first joined YouTube. I would have probably, made it in, but it is what it is. And I still have fun doing this, guys. Um and for a over the road truck driver, you need to have some kind of interaction. You need to have some type of interaction with folks. I just don't like to have interaction out there. You know, I I understand because I remember I used to install satellite dishes, and I was on this dude's house. I was on a ladder, and the freaking house started shaking. And I jumped off that ladder. What the? And I literally said, "What the fuck? What the heck?" And you looked through the trees, and there was a train coming through. And I said, "Sir," I asked the owner, I said, "Sir, uh, it's none of my business, but why would you buy a house right next to the railroad tracks?" And he said, "My man, thanks for asking." He said, "I got tricked into this." He said he was so mad. He said, I looked at the house on a Sunday, did my walkthrough on a Sunday, closed on a Sunday, and on Monday morning the train came through. He said, and Monday morning the train came through. And that's why they got rid of the you know, I bet you that was a cheap apartment. I remember when, to show you how old I am. I remember when my first apartment was $400 a month. You'll never get that ever again. Wife woke up screaming. Got to turn the truck on because I got the lights on. I don't want to mess with my battery. And I happened to hear it last night. I mean, this morning. Because I don't sleep. I don't sleep heavy when I'm over the road. I happened to hear the low battery alarm kick in, which it unhooks it unhooks the refrigerator, it unhooks the refrigerator and everything, so I could be able to start the truck up, which I love. But I heard it, and I jumped my behind up and started this truck. Oh, you know, one of the things about driving a truck, I used to do refrigerated trucks, which if you could look back there, that's where I sleep. Right, that's the wall right there. The engine to the trailer, the engine to the refrigerated trailer is right on the opposite side of that wall, and it cuts on every few. And at first, it just drive me up the wall. Now after doing this for so many years, that's a lullaby right there. For years it was a lullaby. A lot of drivers hate when a reefer trailer pulls up next to them. So what I would do, see, like right now, I always park in the back. I would park the furthest away, and if you had to park, if you park next to me, that's your fault. I didn't pull up next to you. I tried to be, I tried to be, you know, um, nice about it. Let's see. What? Jesus. That's crazy. But, I believe that. I believe that. Jesus. Wow. And see, and y'all remember because it just happened. It was like three teenagers had broken. I mean, kicked in this guy's door, and he lit him up. And the parents are upset. They kicked in the guy's door with guns, and the owner lit they behind up, making makes, and they sued him because he had no right to kill their children. Make it make sense. I'm telling you, I grew up. I'm demented in the head now because of him, but he didn't play. So I didn't do all of that crazy stuff because I was afraid I was going he was gonna kill me. So I didn't do crazy stuff like that. And I remember when all my other friends got caught shoplifting, and the cop asked, "Why didn't you do it?" Man, my father killed me, and he thought I was just joking. I said, "No, no, sir, he killed me. No, I ain't doing it." And I've never, I've done some dumb stuff, but not to that. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's really not, guys. You work hard. Oh, yeah. Turns out to be why such a smart house was for rent so cheaply. Wow. Jesus. They should be punished for raising. Yep. And see, this is the thing nowadays. And I've been thinking about it. I wanted to be petty and post something on Facebook so I could get back to him because he's being petty with me. But was my son did a post a while back, and we spoke on it. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. And I told him, I said, boy, take that down. I said, take that down. I'm being a father now, and I said, don't you know that guy's a white racist? No, he's not. He's not. He's not. I said, look here, son, you're black first. You're African American first. What this guy said is very disparaging stuff about African Americans, our people. He is racist. The guy the guy that fronted him was a billionaire, so he could start that whatever group. He's racist, and the stuff he said about all of this stuff about black people and the act the what the that act that he did in 1967 to give us some rights or whatever. It was dumb and all this crap. And I'm saying, look, don't do it. They said delete that because you are black first. I'm trying to teach you something here. You're black. No, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. He loves us. He's a Christian. And I said, first of all, the Christianity that you're following is white supremacist. That's not even Christianity, bro. I said, real, true following God is the Ethiopian Bible. It's the oldest one. King James was a freaking pervert. Yeah, I mean, and I'm broken it down. I'm trying to teach you something, and he gave me his ass to kiss. And I said, okay, you're radicalized. I'm going to have, as a father, I said, I love you. I'll be there for you, but I got to let you go. And I have to let you go because I can't have that negativeness in my life. And I'm not going to support a Trumper because that's what you are. You're a coon because that's what you are. You're following that bullshit because it's wrong. And I'm, as a father, I'm going to tell you. Yes, and Mike, this is what I'm saying. I was trying to prevent you from embarrassing yourself. And I looked and the video was still up and I went off. And the reason I went off is because he's my son from my first marriage, and you know how women do. You know how women do. What do they do? Your father ain't shit. Your father this. Your father, and he fall into that and just wanted to be disrespectful. I tried to be a father. He went on Facebook and changed his last name to my first wife's maiden name. I was like, okay. Look, I've been living my last 10 years. Last 10 years. We'll be celebrating, I believe, April. It's either April or March of 11 years together, me and my wife now. Um, she saved my life, bro. She saved my life. This lawn care and this, it saved my life. It gave me purpose. It gave me purpose. And a lot of times when you are in a situation when you're with someone that's supposed to love you, my first wife, and don't give a shit and treat you like dirt and crap and whatever and walk over you. I was the epitome of sassy, whatever. I didn't want the drama because I grew up like that. I grew up in a house where my father beat my mother. I grew up in a house where my mother would fight my father. I grew up like that. So I didn't want that drama. I don't like confrontation. Because when I snap, I snap. When I break, I break. And I don't want that. And a lot of black women, I'm just saying it because that's all who I've been with. They take advantage of that. My first wife would get in my face and say, hit me. You bitch, hit me. I dare you. And she knew I wouldn't because I grew up like that. Do you see what I'm saying? My son would hear this stuff. But once I left her, now I'm the bad guy. Once I decided I want peace. Once I decided I want someone to love me. Once I decided I want to be debt free, which I ain't, but I want to live. Once I decided I want someone to give a flying F-U-C-K about me, because your mama don't, never did, never respected. A lot of black women, y'all are worse than white supremacists because you want a man to fight you. You want to be in the masculinity. You want to. I could break you. I could snap your daggone neck. This for entertainment purposes only. I could snap your daggone neck, but I don't want to live like that. I want someone to fucking care. I'm not to be played with. I want to tell you, and this is why I'm getting upset. I was trying to help you, but you gave me your ass to kiss. A lot of parents just stay there and don't do nothing. No, 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 nope, nope, nope. Deuces. I gotta leave you alone. That's why when I cruise, I don't do nothing. But I sit there on the balcony, I sit there on the top deck, walk around and look at the water. What I do when I'm at the house, when instead of me driving this thing and worrying about hitting you or running into that or going off the ridge over that way, I sit in the yard and look at the grass grow. Or I go for a walk. I try to exercise. I finally found a purpose. Most African Americans don't want no drama. They just want to be left the frick alone. Like anybody. This crap that they're going through in the United States, because you over there hungry. No, you good. Over here in the United States, everyone, why are the black folks not jumping in? Because we done had enough. We told y'all what was going down. Food prices through the roof. Even if they were cheaper, we're still getting poisoned by the food. Everybody done came through the muck and miry clay. You got all these poor white people mad at us. What you mad at us for? We ain't did nothing to you. We poor too. Y'all mad at the Mexicans. Well, the Mexicans gonna work for theirs. They done walked across the desert to get here with their kitten toe. and you mad at them. But you the ones that are hiring them. Make it make sense. If there were no open jobs in America, they wouldn't be coming. Plain and simple. And don't think they ain't prejudiced either. I gotta say that because I used to be a restaurant manager. I was assistant at it wasn't Shoney's. I forgot it's been so long. I forgot Piccadilly cafeteria. Piccadilly cafeteria. The women used to teach me Spanish words, and the men would get mad at them. What are you teaching him for? What are you telling him Spanish words for? You see what I'm saying? They were being prejudiced. What are you teaching them for? I was just asking what how do you say this food here in the Spanish? They didn't want even the Spanish Mexican don't want your black ass. Let's keep it 100. Same thing in Cuba. This was called Afro Latinos. My wife is an Afro Latina. I didn't even know it. Till after we were dating one day, she started speaking. I said, "You speak Spanish?" He said, "Yeah, my my grandfather was Cuban." You wouldn't know it because everybody else is the black ass country in her family. But she said I held on to their traditions. You see what I'm saying? It's everywhere. But you got to learn how to deal with it. You got to learn how to find your place in there. It's everywhere. You be over in Europe and they think you African and they treat you like dirt. But when you say, "Who the hell you talking to?" Like, "Oh, you American?" And then we, as black folks, got the nerve to go over to Jamaica and be complaining. What? The Jamaicans like take your black man, take your black ass back home. We don't want you here. Yo, it's everywhere. It's every freaking where. But when you learn how to get along or whatever, don't assimilate, but say, "Hey, look, I ain't the one. You respect me, I respect you. We be fine." But that's not how it's going. You got these ICE agents ramming cars, and I wish you would. Evidently, I don't look black, but I am black. I wish you would. Ram my car and think I'm Spanish. Show me some ID. I'm ex-military. I was born in Manhattan, New York. I'm American. Well, what is it? The Supreme Court says now you got to show. No, I'm not showing nothing, and I'm not going to just let you take me. And if God forbid you come near my house for entertainment purposes only, God forbid you come and pick my door in, I'm gonna light you up. I got something in the box, brand spanking new. And it ain't no pea shooter. Trust and believe. I'm gonna light you up. You don't want that. It's so funny because I remember I was out in the yard doing killing grass and doing yard work. I remember that. It was so funny. I was out in the yard and I walked into my garage and there was a pit bull. There was a pit bull in my garage. I freaked out. I ran around to the front door, I'm banging on the front door. The wife comes to the front door. What's the matter with you? You know how women are. Let me in this freaking house. There's a loose pit bull outside. And I went upstairs and got and opened up the box. And I got on the phone. It was so funny. I got on the phone. No, actually, I came back downstairs and was walking outside with a shovel. And that dog was still out. He was still out there. And then he took off, and I watched which house he went to. Went up there and cussed them people out because they put him behind this decrepit fence. I said, "You put a pit bull behind that decrepit fence? I could touch it and it'll disintegrate." And I went back home and I called the dog pound. And I was going off on that phone, and I told him, I said, y'all better get over here right now. I'm gonna light this dog up. And the guy's yelling back at me, "Do not leave your house, sir. Sir, do not leave your house." I said, "Nah, I'm leaving my house." We were going back and forth. I said, "I'm gonna light him up. Do not leave your house, sir." The dog catcher finally showed up about 30 minutes later. He didn't leave that house for about an hour. I never seen that dog again. See, because I said all that to say this. I finally found my peace. You know, everybody said man cave or be playing video games or whatever. My peace is my little area in my driveway. I got little seats right there. I think I'm gonna break out the fire pit and get them get a cooler, have some beer there. That's my little area where I look around and figure out what my next DIY is, what my next DIY destruction is. Like I said, top dressing this year. Two main things: top dressing this year and fixing my retaining wall. But I wouldn't have none of that peace if I didn't have the right woman in my life. When I first started YouTube, my face was about that big, 300 plus. I was heading for 350. And I remember she said that, I finally found you. I want you to be around. I never forgot that. I never forgot that because I wanted someone so badly to just care about me. We ain't the greatest, but she's the greatest for me. I just wanted someone to care about me. I wanted to be a father. I'm not saying that I am the perfect father. Far from it. But I wanted to do the right thing. In 2026, look, I'm going back to finding my peace and enjoying it. I'm going back to being safe. I'm gonna learn new things because can you see it? There's the AI camera right there. Can't touch this when I'm moving. So when I start my live, bam, I'm looking dead ahead. That's why every once in a while I'll do the vertical, and have the trolls come in. But I'm not, I'm doing it. I want to keep this job so I can do my other stuff. Going to be safe. It's 26 degrees. It rained yesterday. There's going to be some ice in a few spots. But I'm not leaving. I got to be there at 6:30. I got to get 80, 90 miles. I'm going to leave an extra two hours early and do 55. Give time for the sun to come up to hit that concrete and loosen up that ice and get there safe. I realized something with this AI camera. I'm floating by the stop signs, and I wasn't doing it on some, you know, my subconscious was doing it, but I didn't realize I was doing it. I wasn't coming to a full stop. That thing is going off. I'm gonna get spoken to soon. So now I got to make sure a full stop. I'm learning how to drive again. Full stop. Look, look right. Look left. Look right again, and get a quick left and go. You know what I mean? Yeah, I didn't know, and that's the thing. And I didn't know I was doing it. And then I was like, why do I keep running these stop signs? Then I started thinking about it. I'm looking ahead at the traffic before I'm looking at the stop sign. Isn't that crazy? That's what I realized I was doing. I was looking ahead at the traffic. I was looking left and right and not stopping the truck. And that's not good. It'd be very costly too. But I learned, I was like, wait a minute, I'm not stopping. I got to stop this daggone truck. So now I wait 3 seconds now. You know what I mean? And I got to get myself into it instead of fighting it. A lot of people fight. I don't want to, next thing you know, you ain't got no job. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, I don't want to be out here. Oh, I got no job. I got no teethers. No. I'm not. Look, I already tell you I don't know what I'm doing. So, and I'm telling you what I'm doing, so you can't use it against me because when I figure it out, I'm gonna figure it out. You know what I mean? Just like, look, I ain't gonna tell you I know lawn care. I done killed my lawn off about 5 or 6 times, but I know what not to do again. I know what not to do again. I know what works for pain and this or whatever because I've been figuring it out. Do y'all know I went a whole year, dang near, with the left side of my testicle, I'll say that, it was inflamed. And I got my hernia back. And because I was so used to being in pain. But then one day I just started taking mega doses of vitamin C and putting cinnamon in my coffee. And guess what went away? That pain, that inflammation. I think it was still inflamed from the operation and I didn't realize. I started taking stuff, vitamins and minerals that bring down inflammation. It brought the inflammation down and it's not there anymore. So I gave whatever down there time to heal. And I learned that from you guys. Now when I find it, I find the ginger. It's like a ginger lemon drink or whatever with pepper. Um, See, when I tell you, when I tell you, look, when I know something works, I use it. 2026, I'm trying to get some of these bills down so I can get my teeth fixed. I got bad teeth, not because of me, but because of the military. They drilled out all my daggone teeth, filled it up with, fillings, and never capped my teeth. So I've slowly lost all my, dang near almost all my teeth. So I got to get that, done. But I learned when stuff gets inflamed, certain vitamins to take, certain things to do, certain teas to drink to bring it back down. You know what I mean? And you guys have just emphasized that even more. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for teaching me because I don't just listen to anybody. I don't just listen to anybody. It's like I remember when Urban was talking about the and good morning, Urban. I remember Urban was talking about the plastics. These things seep. These containers seep the plastic. It has a funny taste to it, and I know what it is. It's the plastic seeping out of it, and it's seeping in estrogen, a synthetic estrogen. That's probably why I can't get rid of my man boobs, but I can't get the bottled water because it's really expensive. Some of the truck stops sell. They just started, but who can afford? Mike made fun of me because I was just tasting a bottle of metal can of water, and it was expensive. I wish I wish I could have bottled water. It's expensive. You learn, and now you're aware. Okay, now a lot of times I'm looking at the back of the ingredients to see, okay, what's in this. I'm looking at that because you guys told me to. I didn't know how much freaking poison I'm putting in my tag on self a year. I believe it. The sad part, Urban, the sad part is I have to, um, because the other trucks messed it up, you can only find certain Walmarts that'll let you pull your truck um, into their parking lot because truck drivers tell up their parking lot. So a lot of them don't let it. Now I use um, what you call it now, Uber Eats. I do the Uber Eats that have them go shopping for me. But now the money's low, especially because of Christmas. Hey, good morning, Auntie. We're about to shut down in a minute, but I'm still looking for um, I'm still looking for alternatives. I'm still looking for alternatives, and something's gonna come through, but it'll happen when it happens. I'm still looking for alternatives. Um, but it's better to know and have that up here than to say, okay, all right, now I know what I know. So when I'm home, I'm drinking. I'm drinking a whole lot better. I'm not just buying. You know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm eating a whole lot better, and I'm going from right now. I only drink 1 cup of coffee a day, um, and I need to cut that down. It's better. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. Good. We're gonna figure it out. All right, guys. I just want to thank you for listening to my morning rant. Um, I'm almost at 2 million, 2 million, and I still can't get to 3,000 hours. But that's all right because I'm in my little niche, and I appreciate you. I appreciate every one of y'all. You guys have blessed me and made me feel a little bit better. I've gotten some stuff that was bothering me off my back. I don't mean nothing by it. Y'all stay blessed. Um, have a good morning. Try to be healthier. Try to eat healthier. Um, and as always, if you don't think nobody loves you, know that I love you and God loves you. Y'all have a blessed day. Enjoy the weekend. We will see you guys Monday. And hey, I see Peach coming in. Hey, say hi to the chickens. Y'all have a blessed Monday. Hey, Peach, you going live today? If you are, let us know. Coming up next, Wellness about to take the stage. Positive affirmations and fashion sense. I loved it. Cruising is fun anytime at 9 with her crew. Go live together. And Miss T with the T. I'm in Indian. I'm north of Indianapolis. I'm in Plainview. Uh, I might run into what's the name? Doesn't she do uh, the the Uber Eats? I might order today. That'd be crazy. She pull up to the gate. I was like, hey, and do a YouTube video. Maybe I'll get lucky. All right, guys. Y'all have a blessed day. I will